We are following Raleigh police in their riot gear, trying to figure out exactly where they're going, but the whole night we've been following them. They've been moving to where the protesters are. The tear gas is getting to us, but avoid downtown Raleigh at all costs if you can. This is just outside of the Wake County Justice Center. The crowd moved here and they started throwing things at these windows. Yeah, we are here along Fayetteville Street. You can see people are breaking things. You can see this entire front facade of the bank has been broken into. If you take a look, people have grabbed an orange parking gate. They are breaking into Happy and Hale. People are destroying all of these businesses on Fayetteville Street. Well, Durham police tell me one of those 4 victims has died. We know that this all happened here on Holloway Street around 10:15 tonight. We're about 81 miles from where Andy Banks initially went missing on Saturday, and today, after days of searching, Raleigh police say they believe they found his body here in Chatham, Virginia. The chief of police says the body camera video of this incident is so concerning. She's actually the one calling for this investigation into her officer's actions. Police just cleared the scene, but police tell us here in Raleigh that someone shot a teenager just outside of the Millbank Court Apartments. It is 34 degrees out here, and there are still a lot of people in Henderson still without power and heat tonight. I actually just saw somebody start up a generator. Everyone who's getting vaccinated here today has been on the Wake County Health Department's wait list, and the county tells me on average they're vaccinating 84 people every 30 minutes. Take a look. These metal gates went up around the Capitol sometime this afternoon, and they surround the entire building here in downtown Raleigh. Their message is simply save our bars. If you take a look behind me, you can see things are starting to wrap up. There was a larger crowd here earlier today. Right now, we probably have between 50 and 60 people. Tickets to that are $5, and tickets for a seat at tables like these are going to be $12 each. Well, Angela, Rocky Mount police are not saying whether these 2 shootings are connected, but I did speak with the mother and the family of one of the victims. They tell me it was a drive-by shooting and that children witnessed it happen.
And this boy pulled up and he shot my brother, and he went down this way.
Her brother, 27-year-old Markellius Chambers, shot and killed in the middle of the day in front of family.
It's getting worse down here.
The shooting happened outside this house. Chambers' family tells me he was talking with a cousin when a car pulled up and started shooting.
And then when I got up here and seen all these cars up here, they said, your son dead. Kel was not that bad person. That was a loving, kind person. He got a child is on the way to be born in the world, and he got a 8-year-old daughter. He did love his family and love the community too.
Minutes after Chambers got shot, police responded to another deadly shooting just a few miles away on Challenge Court. Police say 45-year-old Sherman Whitaker died at the scene.
I am asking the city of Rocky Mount, everybody please come together. Y'all, the brother is killing each other.
As Chambers' mother copes with the overwhelming loss of her son, she has this message for whoever took his life.
I sure hate it. That's all I got to say. You took a wrong, loving, caring person. That was my baby. My baby.
And police have not publicly named any potential suspects in these 2 homicides, but anyone with information should call Rocky Mount Police. Live in Rocky Mount, Mackenzie, Stasko, CBS 17 News. Angela, it has changed a lot, but if you love sports, you know there is nothing quite like going to games, and it's been about a year since we've been able to do that here at PNC Arena. Even though there are more restrictions in place, fans tell me they're just happy to be back. The excitement says it all. For the first time in 370 days, fans are back in PNC Arena cheering on the Canes. How does it feel to be back?
Oh, it is awesome. We've been so excited counting down to today.
I missed cheering them on and seeing them play.
For them to hear us, I think it's a big deal for them to to thrive off that energy from the fans.
The energy is the same, but the experience is different. The arena now limited to 15% capacity, or 2,800 fans.
If we had been able to come back at a higher number than that, we were really on the fence about it, but we feel like 15% is a safe number.
I love it. I'm just happy to be here. You know, obviously there's some restrictions, but it's going to be a good time.
Canes general manager Don Waddell tells me they've been fine-tuning their COVID safety restrictions for about 9 months.
It's exciting, but we're also anxious to make sure everything goes smoothly.
From here on out, tickets are mobile only. Fans have to complete a health screening on their phone before they even enter. Then they sit in pods 6 feet apart from other groups. There's no tailgating, and like everywhere else, masks are mandatory.
Having masks on, it'll be hard for them to hear us, but I'm going to yell until I go hoarse.
When it comes to concessions, the arena is no longer accepting cash. The food and drink menu is limited and everything is prepackaged.
You only can do it once like this. We got to make sure to do it right. And I think as we go along, proving that we're doing it right, that we're going to be able to add more percentage to the total overall capacity.
And as for concerts, Waddell tells me most big names only book when they have 18 to 20,000 tickets available. He says most of those big concerts are already scheduled for next year. However, he says if capacity limits increase, allowing 4,000 to 5,000 people inside the arena, he said it's possible we could have some smaller bands or smaller artists here at the arena. For now, live in Raleigh, Mackenzie, Stasko, CBS 17 News.
Chris Bowman runs Homeland Creamery in Guilford County.
Our business here at Homeland Creamery has been impacted about a 65% decrease in total milk sales.
Before the pandemic, he supplied to restaurants and coffee shops. But with businesses now closed and no one to buy milk in bulk, farmers like Bowman have no choice but to dump it.
It was a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach.
It's a heartbreaking routine he does 4 times a week, driving his tractor half a mile down the road, pulling a tank full of perfectly good milk and pouring it all out. Since the pandemic started, Bowman tells me he's had to dump at least 17,000 gallons of fresh milk right here in this pasture. If you take a look, you can see the difference between the grass, and it even smells a little bit like spoiled milk.
My profit, that's what I smell. I would say it would probably be about $160,000 if you had to put a dollar figure on it.
Bowman says he's working to supply discounted milk to local food pantries, but the logistics are challenging. In the meantime, to keep business afloat, he's opened up this drive-through, selling small quantities of milk and scoops of homemade ice cream.
I think it's great to have all the people come out because I know they've been struggling.
This is a local industry and we can't have it just evaporate.
While the future is uncertain, some relief is on the way. The USDA is planning to buy crops and dairy from farmers who are suffering. Bowman tells me he's hopeful he'll be on that list. In Guilford County, Mackenzie Stasko, CBS 17 News.
Yeah, Russ, they are kind of mixed feelings. So the new capacity limits for outdoor dining is now at 100% inside. It's 75% with social distancing, but owners I spoke to say this really won't make that much of a difference.
Things are heating up at the Raleigh Times, but with limited space and social distancing.
It means we'll be able to add maybe a table or two. It really won't change things very much. It's all but impossible to reach that 75%, but that's okay because it's the 6 feet that defines how we protect ourselves from the disease.
Down the road at Cafe Luna, things aren't exactly over the moon there either.
I have 3 two-tops down here, which I can't have.
Owner
right?
Parker Kennedy says his restaurant will have to remain at half capacity.
With the table 6 feet apart, we can't really get that many more people in, or we really can't get many more people in at all. So it's it's not going to mean a whole lot to us.
With more people allowed at bars, Kennedy tells me he's hopeful that will boost reservations and bring more people to downtown Raleigh.
The bars are open. It's good for the restaurants because people go out to dinner and then they go out for drinks, or vice versa.
I think it's important for everybody to come out, support local business, have a good time, but still understand this is still a pandemic era, and we need to be careful because we're almost finished.
And back here live in downtown Raleigh, you see quite a few people and pets enjoying these new capacity limits. Again, 100% for outdoor dining and 75% for indoor dining. These new limits will be in effect until at least the end of April. Coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, we'll hear more from those restaurants in just a little bit. Russ, she says the leaks are so bad her family can't even shower and worries that the ceiling could collapse. Imagine not being able to bathe in your own home for days. That's what Letisa Cotton, Davion Delaney, and their 7 kids are dealing with at McDougal Terrace.
We want to feel like, for while we're going on with this pandemic, that we have a safe and a good place to stay.
Cotton tells me every time she turns on the shower, water cascades into the kitchen below.
There's no way that this ceiling, when you cut on the tub, that it should be pouring out water from the tub. Right away. You know what I'm saying? Right away. It's just, as soon as you cut it on, water just start pouring out the ceiling.
She noticed the leak on Wednesday and immediately called DHA's 24/7 maintenance line. She tells me someone assured her they would come out and repair it that day, but says no one ever showed.
And they didn't try to even come and look at it.
Then on Christmas Day, Cotton says her kids tried washing up in the bathroom sink, but that started leaking too.
Man, we already dealing with a lot. We got kids in remote learning, people out of jobs, you know, and then you come with this, the kids can't even take a bath upstairs in the tub, let alone even wash up in the sink.
When I called the after hours line with Cotton, this is what we were told.
I'll have maintenance give you a call with an ETA when they'll be out, okay?
Okay.
And after our call to DHA, Cotton tells me a maintenance person did come out to help fix the problem. However, she says once she ran the bath water again, the problem came back. I did reach out to DHA and am waiting for a response.